start a new one here. And that one, like I said, that one's the one I just gave, the first one I gave you isn't up on Canvas. That's one I just printed out just now. But this other one is up on Canvas, and they're similar, like I said, they're very similar types of problems. So you can work through those. And we can go through on Monday to kind of review your answers there, but to give you a little bit more practice. Okay. All right. Now, what I do want to do, though, I got another sheet for you. Don't you love the worksheets? This one's a little bit different, but I believe you've got some homework problems along this line as well. This one, they're giving you the annual salary and how frequently the individual is paid, and you have to figure out when they reach the wage base. So, like up here, we had James earn $210,000. You know, what if we wanted to know, well, what if he's paid twice a month, when did he reach the $160,200? Right? It's actually a lot easier than it seems to figure this out on first glance. Just takes a couple of calculations. Oh my gosh, this thing likes to absorb the ink. Oh, that's better. Some of these whiteboards are better than others. Some of them, they just clean off so easily. I don't want to take some elbow grease. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay. There are a couple of steps here. I'm going to write the steps down. So the first thing that you want to do, step one, is take the salary divided by the number of pay periods in the year. To get our pay period salary. Step two, we're going to take the Social Security wage base or the Medicare tax threshold, the additional. It's a lot of words. Divided by, one of these, divided by whichever we're figuring out, the pay period salary. Third step, we're going to round up step two. That's going to tell you the pay period number that they reached that base, or that either the wage base or the additional Medicare. So let's look at the first one here. We've got Emma. She earns an annual salary of $175,000, and she is paid bi-weekly. All right. So let's do this. Step one, we're going to take her salary, $175, divided by the number of pay periods. How many pay periods in the year? 26. Bi-weekly, yep. So easy to confuse those two. Bi-weekly, 26. gets us 6730 77. So I'll do this on a calculator too here so you can see it. So 175 divided by 26 pays, 6730 rounded to 77. So that's step one. All right, we don't have to do there's no additional Medicare tax here, right? Because she didn't earn over 200,000 this year, right? She's at 175,000. So in which paycheck will she reach the 2023 Social Security wage base? So step two, we're going to take that Social Security wage base. And again, that would change every year. So this number would change every year. And we're going to divide it by this pay period salary. 6730 77. What we get is 23.8. Step three, we're going to round that up. 24. She reached the Social Security wage base of $160,200 during the 24th pay period. So if she's paid bi-weekly, that probably happened, it happened either in November or December, right? Because December could have 3 pay periods in it, depending upon when she's paid and everything, but it would be the 24th pay period when she reached that. And we can double check it by using that formula that we used, I don't know if it was Monday, it may have been, it probably was Monday, where we can take, so let's take 6730, 77, so she made that each pay period, multiply it by 23, the previous pay period, so the one right before. She would have been at 154, 807.69 would have been her salary during the 23rd pay period. And then on the 24th pay period, we would have added another 6730.77. Sorry, I know this is hard to see, probably because it's low. Oops. Hold on a second. I tell you what. 154, 807.69 plus 6730. 77 gets us to, I'm sorry, this thing is 154, 807. 6730, 77. Now she's at 161,538. 46. I know that's low. Sorry. So she's at 161,538 and change during the 24th pay period. So we know she reached, so in the prior pay period, it was 154,807. The 23rd pay period, it was 154,807. She hadn't reached the 160,200 yet. 24th pay period happened. Now she's at 161,538.46. It's during the 24th pay. Let's do some more practice. I just did that to prove that it was correct. I'm not going to do that with every one of them, but you can do that. You can figure the math out to make sure that you're correct when you do that. So during the 24th pay, is when she reached it. All right, so let's look at the next one. All right, so we've got Liam. Liam earns an annual salary of $190,000 and is paid weekly. So first step, salary, 190, divided by how many pay periods? 52, that's right. Gets us, put that on there. So, divided by 52, 3653.85. So that's how much he makes every week, his pay period salary. Second step, Social Security wage base divided by this number. $43.84. Going to round that up to 44. On the 44th pay, he reached the Social Security wage base. So again, that probably would have been in November. The 44th week of the year, probably sometime in November. If we knew exactly when he was paid, like if we knew, hey, he's paid every Wednesday, then we could say which exact Wednesday that happened on. Okay, so during the 44th week, he reached $160,200 for the year. Questions? All right, let's look at another one. Oh my God, this just makes things worse. Number 3, Olivia earns $210,000 per year. And she's paid semi-monthly. In which paycheck will she exceed the Social Security wage base? In which paycheck will she begin paying additional Medicare tax? So we got 2 questions here. So, now, step 1, salary, 210, divided by what number? 24. This is going to be, step 1 here is going to be the same for both of these. $87.50. All right. Step 2 is going to have 2 parts to it, though. First part is with the Social Security wage base. So part A, 160,200 divided by 87.50. $18.3, which rounds to 19. Always round it. Even if it's just 0.0001, round it up, which is not what you usually do, but for our purposes, you would need to do that. Round it up to the next pay period. So the 19th pay period, she reached the Social Security wage base. So that's number 3. A is 19th. Part B, now we're going to take 200,000 divided by 87.50. $22.86 rounds to 23, and this is the 23rd pay period. During the 23rd pay period, she reached the 200,000 mark, and therefore was subject to additional Medicare tax. Make sense? You might want to, maybe you want to move. So you can see, that's all right. All right, let's do the next one here. See, it's really not that hard if you follow these steps. All right, number 4. Noah earns $165,000 a year and he's paid monthly. So, what are we going to, what's the first calculation? Divide what by 12? Huh? Yeah, divide his salary by 12, 165,000 divided by 12, 13,750. Thank you. All right, number 2, we're going to take the Social Security wage base. Don't have to worry about the additional Medicare tax in this one. So 160,200 divided by 13,750. $11.65. So which pay period? 12. The last pay period is when he reached the Social Security wage base. We could probably look at that and figure it out once we knew how much he was making, but it's fun to do the math. All right. Let's look at Sophia. Sophia has an annual salary of $180,000 and is paid weekly. So what's the first equation? Thank you. Social Security wage base divided by 3461.54. If anybody gets it, you go ahead. 46, what? 27? So which pay period? The 47th. Right. On time. 06. So the 47th pay period. Did you get a different number? You're okay? Okay. Let's see here. So we've got James who earns $250,000. So we've got going to ask those 2 questions since it's over $200,000. So what's the first equation? Which is all right. Now, again, with number 2, we've got 2 parts that we've got to do here, A and B. First one, 160,200 divided by 96,1538. Second one will be 200,000 divided by same number, 96,1538. You guys can do the math for me. Six. And then, is it 16.66? You said? Okay. And then the second one? 20.8. All right, so for the first one, 17th week or 17th pay, and the next one, the 21st pay. That's a better one. I like that. Okay. Relaxing music. A few more here. I think you're getting the hang of these, but oh well. So Ava, so the first one, 185,000 paid semi-monthly. So salary, 185 divided by 24. 33. Okay. Second part, 160, 200 divided by 7708.33. How much? I'm sorry. 20.78. All right, which is the 21st pay. Next one, 220,000. So we've got two parts to this one. So 220 divided by paid monthly, 12. What do we get? $1,833.33. Okay. And then the first part of this, 160, 200 by 1,833.33. And then second part, 200 divided by 1,833.33. 8.73. So this would be the 9th pay. 10.1. 0.9. And the 11th pay. Okay. We just got a couple more and we'll be done. Is also good practice for remembering the pay frequencies. Charlotte, 195 paid weekly divided by 52. $3,750. Okay, and then 160, 200 divided by 3750. So the 47th pay. Oh, 42? Okay. 42 point something. So the 43rd pay. Okay. And the last one. So $240,000 a year paid bi-weekly. 240 divided by 26, which is how much? 92.30 and 76. Okay, so, and again, we've got two parts to this. So 160, 200 divided by 92, 30, 76, and 200,000 divided by 92, 30, 76. 0.35? Yeah. Okay, and this, so that's the 18th, okay. 21.66. And the 22nd pay. All right. You guys are all experts now. Questions? Nope. Okay. So on, what's the next day? Monday. What we're going to work on is we're going to start, so we'll look at those calculations, work on those calculations, come back and we'll take a peek at see how well you did. Then we're going to start talking about how we, whoops, sorry. You can't see what I can see. Now you can. So we're going to start talking about how we report the FICA tax. So we know the calculations then for withholding, right? We withhold those taxes. We got to pay them to the IRS, right? As the employer, we've got to pay them, and we have to report to the IRS the amount, right? There are certain reports that have to be filled out on a quarterly basis, and then these deposits have to be made on a timely basis, and the scheduling for those deposits depends on how much is withheld. Okay, there are several different deposit schedules. So we're going to go through those deposit schedules, and we're going to go through the reporting schedules. And we're going to start looking at the Form 941, which is the reporting form, which is sent in on a quarterly basis. You do have homework problems where you'll have to fill out parts of a 941. So we'll start to get familiar with what that looks like and how we fill that out. Right there. All right. Sound good? Okay. Great. That's it. That's all I got for you. I guess it's time anyway, so. Yeah.